Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and this is Halloween and I will talk about werewolves. In folklore, it is believed that a werewolf is a human that can turn into a wolf. Alternatively, that a human morphs with a wolf and creates a wolf-like creature. Some say it's a shape-shifting element to this, and the reason someone becomes a werewolf is either because of magic and sorcery, or because of a curse that was put upon them. People turn into werewolves usually at night in the moonlight. In modern times, a werewolf is often portrayed as half human and half wolf, and is partly covered in fur. And the fur is usually connected to the person's own hair color. The hands and feet are more human-like and covered in fur, and have claws instead of nails. They walk with a crooked back and are fast in their movements. In old times and in folklore, a werewolf is portrayed more as a regular wolf with a greyish-yellow fur. And they only walked on 3 legs because they used the 4th as a tail. But there were also places where a werewolf looked more like a human but had wolf attributes in their behavior. Lycanthropy is the process that a werewolf goes through to become its wolf-like form. It comes from Greece, and it's a merge between the word lykos, that means wolf, and anthropos, that means human, so a wolf-human. Therianthropy, on the other hand, is when a human morphs into an animal or become a hybrid. Shape-shifting is also a part of this. So therianthropy is for any animal, and lycanthropy is specifically for a werewolf or a wolf. There are several stories about werewolves from different countries and in historical tales, and one of these stories are from the Greek mythology and about Lycaon. Sorry for pronunciation. Lycaon was a king in Arcadia, and according to the legend, he killed his own son and served his flesh to the god Zeus to test him. Zeus became very angry and decided to turn Lycaon into a wolf. In the Nordic countries and in Norse mythology, werewolves are written down in the Völsunga saga, which is a legendary saga from the 13th century. Sigmund is the hero, and he and his son are turned into wolves after they dress themselves in magical wolfskins. In Swedish folklore, a werewolf was doomed to run on 4 legs, so not as we see them today when they run on 2, because they are a hybrid between a human and a wolf. In France from medieval times and for some time after that, about 30,000 people were accused for being werewolves. And the accused often confessed and gave detailed descriptions on how the whole process worked. Werewolves are present in everything from medieval ballads to TV series and films. There are examples of how you could turn into a werewolf out of free will. You could use a magical ointment, or you could drink out of a wolf's footprint. You could also drink beer with special ingredients, or you could say certain spells. Being turned into a werewolf with a curse is the most common way though, and there is many ways you could be cursed. One of them is that you could be bitten by a werewolf and its saliva mixed with your blood and you got turned into a werewolf yourself. In German folklore, the 7th son of the 7th son was doomed to be a werewolf. This belief also existed in Argentina. In Italian folklore, there are stories that children that are born on Christmas Eve, on a Friday or during the winter solstice can become werewolves. And that was all for this little Halloween episode about werewolves. If you liked it, please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget the notifications, and I will see you in the next one.